what if we start, and if
Yeah.
Dahlia joins us uh, midstream,
That
that'll be
sounds good.
fine.
All right. That sounds good. So I'd like to call the meeting to order. Um, we'll start by making a motion to approve the agenda that was circulated on uh, Thursday, August 7th. So Cheryl, can you second the motion? Okay. And Aida and Alex, both in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, good. All right, so are there any questions or any like in relation to the agenda items before we go through them that anybody has? Oh, also, thanks Ella for coming, for being part of our meeting today. Um, and and so yeah, anyway, did anybody see oh, hi, I see you're on your Chromebook. Um, uh, any other any things in relation to the agenda that anybody has any questions or anything about? No. Okay.
I went over it, and I wanted to look over it again this morning, and I realized I think I had discarded it, so I pretty much remember what it was. So
okay. All right. All right. So Alex, can you present the agenda?
Sure. Yeah. And again, Ella is joining us, and hopefully Dahlia can join us. I know, again, she's kind of going, I think she's going down to Florida, so she's on her way. If she doesn't join us, which she'll have a good reason. But anyway, so we have 5 items, and some of them I'm gonna go through really quickly. And first thing is to note that we did not, unfortunately, get the Arts Mid Hudson grant that I sent in an application for. But I have reached out to their review panel, and we're gonna try and set up a time where they go through our application, which will be super helpful for next year. So just a learning process every year after year, just trying to see, okay, what can we do better so that our applications are more, they make more of an impact on the review board over there.
Yeah,
So
I also have a time set up to talk with the woman who runs the Starbucks Foundation to figure out why one year we did get it and then this previous year we didn't get accepted because I put the same kind of information in both times.
yeah,
And generally they will re-give to the same organization.
yeah.
So I'm interested to see what their process was this time around. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, with some banks that we've dealt with, it's just almost at this point, it's like, oh, this is this program this year, and they haven't even batted an eye, and they'll send us like $500 for the summer program or $500 for the weekly drawing program. But other places, yeah, you have to. I guess there's it's not.
depends who's running it and yeah,
Yeah.
what the vibe is.
So, all right. So, given that we are not going to get any money for the Arts Mid Hudson, which was supposed to be earmarked for this exhibit that we're going to be having in November, my first agenda item that I put in here was just basically how do we inexpensively set up the mural exhibition. And really, the costs are centered around, I think, 2 things. One is the how to reach out, whether it's through flyers. In this case, I had reached out to a printer who does bulk mailing in the New Paltz or Ulster County area. But that was pretty expensive. So I don't know that we have enough in our budget to do that. So we had to come up with maybe more creative ways to get the word out. And then the second thing was I don't think anything is actually going to be framed, any of the drawings that we've done this past year, but maybe I was thinking of putting them under glass with clips or something like that, some of the work at the Elting Library. And I've been in touch with Valentina, who has a frame shop right here on Main Street in New Paltz. And I think she quoted me 1,200 for framing, I think it was like 12 pieces or something.
Is
And
that like a nonprofit discount or is that her standard
yeah, I
rate?
don't know. It doesn't seem.
It
It's
sounds 100 per, 100
yeah,
per.
100 per framing, or it's not even framing really. It's kind of like glass with clips. It's like, almost like a modern way to
That sounds
display things.
really
So
expensive to me.
yeah, it seems
I was
expensive.
gonna say, can we save some cost and just get the materials and we get together one day and
That's what I'm
compare and
thinking, like
clip?
All right.
cutting the
Well,
glass or taking it to a glass cutter to get
uh,
them to have the glass cut to size.
okay.
And
What
then
kind of glass is it? Do you
Uh,
know?
one year at 2019, I had an exhibit, and it was just regular plate, 1/8 inch plate glass, and I just sanded the edges so that if somebody decides that they want to run their finger along the edge of it, that they wouldn't get cut, basically. So,
I have glass cutting supplies and a grinder.
oh, glass. I'll take.
So I've not ever cut like a tempered glass.
Yeah,
So that's kind of out of my realm of experience. But
yeah. I'll
if
just
you have
jot
a
down.
big enough space, like making straight rectangle cuts is pretty straightforward.
All
The
right.
other thing we could think about is plexiglass and do the
Yeah,
same thing.
it's funny because I don't know what it is, but even walking around houses where I see windows, and ours is this way too. I can tell what, like, the reflection gets warped a little bit, and it looks plasticky to me. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's just me. And but yeah, that's great that you have supplies though, glass
Yeah,
cutting supplies.
I was a stained glass apprentice in my former life.
And I love the idea of having a get together at some point. So maybe we could talk, we could email each other or text each other and see when we could do that.
Yeah,
So
'cause
would
that's gotta
be,
be less expensive. That'd save a bunch.
yeah,
it
yeah.
would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So
sounds way. I agree with. I'm not much of a plexiglass or plastic, to especially if you're going to exhibit it. But I mean, $100 per drawing sounds very, very expensive to
it
me.
That
does.
sounds like standard rate, which is
Yeah,
fine. Like
yeah,
if I'm a professional and I'm going to somebody and getting that paid for, but if I'm also like I'm a local nonprofit with an annual budget under $20,000
yeah, yeah.
and you're trying to like
Right.
not really feeling very like community.
Right. Well, maybe I'm comparing it from here in Europe. It's really, really, that sounds very, very expensive. Maybe the standard here would be maybe 50, 60
Yeah.
euros. Maybe it's just more expensive in the United States, the standard.
Yeah, I think like 60 euro translates to about $100. Well, at least it
Like
did
this.
the last I looked.
Oh, it used to, yeah, it used
Yeah.
to.
Who
Yeah.
knows now? Every day it's something different.
Yeah, yeah, who knows?
Alex, with the mural exhibition, the other question I had is what is our budget for like how much can we reasonably spend for
Well,
that?
I had asked them for four. They had a range of, I think, 3,000 to 5,000 at the Arts Mid Hudson, and I went in right in between. I was requesting 4,000, and I itemized the framing costs and the printer costs, and just our time putting it, going there and then hanging everything. Uh, but yeah, so now basically that's what I was guessing is like maybe 4,000, but we can definitely do it if we DIY, as they say. So it
But
just
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask is like what do we have available, I guess, to use without having to consider these grants that we
uh, well, in our funds we have I think something like 6,800, but obviously that's for the whole program.
right.
We don't want to spend even. I don't think we'd even want to spend a third of that
Right.
for just one single exhibit, unless we thought that somehow that exhibit would bring in like a ton of new students, which would be then then it might be worthwhile. But I don't know. I'm just not sure. Part of it's all kind of interconnected because obviously the marketing or the if we were to advertise on WDST or something, maybe we would get a lot of people who wouldn't normally think of coming to look at the show at the opening or whatever. But it's always a risk because you can spend a lot of money on advertising and then suddenly it doesn't necessarily guarantee that it's going to have the desired effect.
Okay.
What
I
if
had a
what if
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what if we decide on an amount, like, I don't
spend
know, 1,500? Like,
as,
or maybe that's too much, I don't know, or 1,000. Say we say, oh, we can spend this much money, and then itemize what we're gonna need, what we actually
Yeah.
need.
all right.
Because I, sounds like it would be a nice, I mean, we can really pare down what we need too. You could hang the pieces, hang some of the things by binder clips, mini binder clips with no glass. But
Yeah.
you could, there's lots of levels.
Yeah,
But
we could put them on, spray mount them onto a thick backing board so they wouldn't curl up if we did do that route, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, we
mm,
could, what do you all think about, I mean, we could take just even right now, take a quick vote of whether we should limit it to around that much, or what does everybody think about the $1,000 limit for the show?
I think we could still pull something off with like 800
Okay,
800.
and like reaching out into like the buy nothing groups,
okay.
um,
One
I
really
guess,
question,
asking for donations versus like
yeah,
Mhm.
versus how much would this cost? Like, would you be willing to donate time and materials,
yeah,
etc., if we need
Yeah.
some other things?
Aida has a question.
yeah.
the drawings, are they all the same size or different sizes?
They're all going to be slightly different, but they're all not very big. A lot of them are actually on 8.5 by 11. We work a lot just on printer paper. You know, the students just
Are they,
super simple drawings.
all right, so they're pretty much standard sizes. They're not,
Yeah, nothing crazy, except for the mural, which is going to be really big.
because I'm thinking, I don't know about in the States, but here we have many shops that you can buy. They're already prepared, a glass with a frame, very simple wood frame.
Yeah,
You can get them for like 15 euros, which now would maybe be $25 there. I don't know if you guys have malls or places, depot places that sell them already made.
they're probably like Michael's or something. Maybe Michael's.
Michael's might be kind of
Yeah.
expensive, but
That'd be expensive too. Okay.
I would get them bigger and then put because it's very difficult for it to match exactly, but maybe you could get them bigger and put I don't know if this is a word in English, passepartout. Passepartout.
I haven't heard of that.
It's like when you have a drawing and then you put it in a frame and there's like a border all around.
like the mat.
Passepartout. It's pretty much it's international, I think, in drawing. Passepartout. It's a French word. It's like a frame. It frames the drawing.
Maybe either could you send me like a link to see what it look? Maybe it might be easier if you're able to at some point. Would that work?
And that's what I do many times when I don't want to, spend a lot of money. I will buy a bigger frame of the picture or whatever I have, and then I'll just put in. It's usually done by cardboard. It's something actually you can make at home pretty much too, and that way it fits perfectly.
All right. Well, if you could send me a link maybe after the meeting, and we could talk and look at it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we don't have to talk right after. You probably have stuff to do. Anyway, just soon after, at some point, we can check in.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
All right. Rachel, what do you think about the amount too, the 800?
Yeah, that 800 sounds good.
All right. So let's tentatively say that that's our limit for the show, and yeah, like I said, we'll try and get creative about how to cut the costs here. I'm going to actually just skip over just to quickly say we do have new students, and a lot of them have come in through the new Paltz Youth Program's newsletter, which is great. And starting September, I'm going to do that free monthly workshop there again. And some of them have come from word of mouth, which is even greater. Just parents telling other parents about our programs. So that's all really that I was going to say about that. Then the next one is that we have, and I didn't spell collaborative. My typing skills are pretty bad, but our week-long collaborative project went well. Dahlia and Ella did a great job, and I thought I would try, if I can get this to work, I would try and share some pictures here. Let me see if I can do that. Sharing options. So I see share, but it's just giving me one participant can share. Sharing options, like who can share, but I don't want. I would actually want to share the
Alex, go into chat.
into chat. Okay.
Yeah, in the bottom there's file, and then you could upload the files into the chat.
Okay, I see the chat window.
Down at the bottom, there's like a rectangle with a little like corner peeled over.
Yes. Oh, file. Okay. And then you can choose a window from there.
You can choose the file. You could upload the files. Or were you trying to share on the screen?
Share a screen. Yeah, screen share. It says your computer though, so click on that maybe. Or is that?
If you're still in
that's
file,
sharing a file from the computer. Let me see. There's more here. Apps, host tools.
yeah,
Why is
more.
it not? It used to be really easy. It just used to show you options on which windows you wanted to show on your computer.
If you only have one window open, it won't show an option.
I've got multiple windows open, but it's oh, here it is. Okay, finally. So, all right, share. So I had to hit multiple windows, which is odd. Can you guys see?
Yep, we see the project and the collaborative work. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the basic concept of a painting that we're going to be including, hopefully, at the Elting show. And maybe I'll zoom in so that you can see. It's really abstract, but it's just basically two people and probably a fox on top. This is the crew that worked on it. Ella and Dahlia were what I'm calling intermediate apprentices, because their drawing skills are further along for sure in comparison with Sivyan and Ivan's. But everybody did an amazing job helping out, and we got a lot of good reference pictures. Let me see if I can, both in drawings, and I'll show you first a few shots of just our studio as we were working. There's Dahlia and Sivyan, some drawings that they were working on. Dahlia again, Sivyan picking out colors for. Can you guys see this okay, or is it?
That's great.
Okay.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I could send you the file after this.
Okay.
So
by the way, I just sent Rachel a picture, an example of what I was trying to describe.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Here's Ivan working on the painting. Here's Ella, Sivyan, Ivan. Ella's working on this funny little mannequin and you might be able to see she's doing basically a mini drapery study here, which turned out great. And Ivan was working on the fox, trying to get an idea of the anatomy of the fox. Here's some drawings that everyone did. Studies of folds, how clothing is going to fold for one of the figures, for the other figure, the shading, light sources. Really nicely done. And tonal studies on different options of how we would want to light these characters. And then finally, we moved into color studies over here, just to get a sense of what might look interesting in terms of color. So, but I wanted to definitely share that, just so you guys can get an idea of what was done. And since I'm sharing, I think I can, let's see if I can click on this tab. I wonder if I'll lose. Can you guys now see this?
The task list? Yeah.
Task list? Okay, great. So,
Getting so good, Alex.
what's that?
You're getting so good. It's sharing.
Sharing.
Look at
I'm a
you.
sharing pro now. I went from knowing nothing 2 minutes ago. So,
I don't want to touch anything just in case.
so uh, anyway, so this is I've kind of faded out some things here that uh, from this list, but these are the things that are not faded out are things that when I met with Ella and Dahlia yesterday, they thought might be interesting to look into and possibly volunteer for, which is amazing. I really can't thank you guys enough for offering to volunteer. But one of the things that Ella, you had mentioned is an instructor, I believe, that you have at the New Paltz High School named Mr. Castro. So, you know, we can definitely, maybe we can check in with each other about that and see how we might be able to help. I guess he has, I don't know if he has a program that does fundraising or he's trying to encourage his students to sort of find things in the community that are involved with fundraising. But in any case, yeah, let's continue that conversation. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to hear what he does and how you all would fit into that. Um, then both Dahlia and Ella talked about an interest in taking photos of the students and their works when time allows. And one thing I mentioned at yesterday's meeting is that, you know, as a high schooler, this is the next to the last semester for both Dahlia and Ella. And the last thing I want to do is suddenly put them, you know, having to juggle a lot of things as it is, but having an extra thing to have to do. So we can definitely talk about how much time is available, how many hours, even like 1 hour per week, if you guys could set aside, and it wouldn't even have to be a full hour, it could be broken up over the week, but anything that could help out would be immensely appreciated.
And Alex, are we able to provide them with like a community service note or
Yes,
some
yeah,
kind of I don't know
definitely.
if
Yeah,
you need
anything
internship credits or something like that we
that
could
I'm not sure. I guess that would be something that I would say that maybe the office, the high school office would, because you're is Mia in the high school right now, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe we could find out through the office over there. Uh, so social media posting uh, and organizing. I think Dahlia said something about the mini exhibit that's coming up. Um, so I'll check in with her about that too. And then the last couple of things on this page is record keeping, and I have all the stuff on Excel right now, but Ella, maybe you and I can talk, and maybe there's a better like Google Sheets or some better way to sort of keep track of what money is coming in from parents there's from the students that are coming here weekly, and what expenses we have, like this upcoming expense, for example, for the exhibit. And let's see, Dahlia mentioned something about scholarships. So the question that I had for that was where and how to find eligible kids, and in such a way that it doesn't, I know that some financial aid, I think the Artifact, this place across the river, has this financial aid form, but you have to really set aside a lot of time to qualify and then show that you're receiving some state financial assistance. And I don't know that, I'm just not sure that if I was a parent and I saw a big form, I might just think, oh, let's try something else. I would just get really discouraged and maybe not want to have my kid, even if they could get it for free, get weekly drawing sessions for free. I think, well, it's too much to have to each 3 months or whatever show that our income is below a certain amount, or anyway, this is something that maybe we can all think about, is how do we without scaring away people with big forms, how do we find people that love to draw basically, but that they can't afford week after week to pay for drawing lessons? And I wish we could find this magical resource that would tell us who those people are, but it's up to us, I guess, to figure that part out. And then this is the last, let's see.
Quick question in relation to that, Alex.
Yeah.
Would we need to, as an organization, provide that proof to an accountability body of some sort, or could we create parameters and expect people to operate on the honor system?
That's a really good question, because nobody has yet asked me about to show them some kind of, hard evidence about, income levels and stuff like that. And on our annual report, in the financials page of that annual report, basically I just put down that we had X number of students who received free basic scholarships. What I think is the word that I'm using on that page.
We could find out like Ulster County's well, I know like for housing and things like they do like you have to be within a certain percentage of the county poverty rate.
Uh-huh.
And so we could use that as the setup of the parameters, like is your income within such and such a range? Is it within this and this range?
Yeah.
And then create a tiered scholarship approach based on that. And then we can use that information, say, hey, we've had 5 students identify as within the 20% of the county poverty rate, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're being honest, we're being transparent, and not forcing people to feel lesser than or embarrassed because they have to, provide proof of income, right? Like it's we're not a state funded program. I don't think we need to get that deep with it, but we could still.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Rachel,
I think that's a good idea. It doesn't the paperwork issue that you're talking about too. I agree with you, and it would just seems like that would alleviate both the paperwork and anybody feeling like way or
And we could definitely add in a disclaimer like this is on the honor system, so in so many words you got to sleep with yourself at the end of the night. So please don't lie. And like please only use this if you really need it.
I like that people idea. You just hope that they're being straightforward, is that they're not.
And if I see you driving around in a Lambo afterwards,
so that sounds good to me. So I think let me stop sharing here. So that's, I just got the notification that our meeting time, we only have like 10 minutes before the meeting closes down. So is there anything that we've covered today and again, any questions specifically, we can also check in with each other after the meeting. But anything that somebody might want to add to this meeting?
Well, you at the end, the last part of the agenda says, would it be worthwhile to do an annual gathering to strengthen relationships with parents, relations with parents? And I think it would be a good idea.
We could even use that as a fundraising experience, right? Do something like raffle each student's like favorite drawing off. And then everybody can put a ticket in, and a ticket costs $5 or something like that. Try to find a way to double dip it a little bit. If they bring a friend, they get an extra raffle ticket. Bring a snack to share, another raffle, something like kind of find that, like gamify it and find a fun way to also still bring in more people and funds.
I think 2 Christmases ago, 2 holidays, like December holidays, we had a bowl that kids were grabbing a number from. Rachel, do you remember?
I do remember that. I don't remember. Oh, it was free drawing lesson.
Free drawing lessons, but maybe we can switch it around so it becomes more for helping other people, maybe to that might not because they can afford the lessons, but maybe we could turn it into something where whoever gets, anyway, I like that idea of having a combined raffle thing.
Mhm.
And I think I mentioned it before, but like Roost, and might feel a little dirty appropriating their idea, but Roost did this really great thing where they do this mini canvas thing for their scholarship fund every year. And they reach out to artists all across the area. They have them design things or whatever. I've participated in it, super fun. And then they host like a quote unquote gala. And then everybody that comes to the gala goes around and you can purchase these mini art pieces from different artists around the community. We could do something like that with the art that the students produce.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just jotting this down as we speak. Purchasing.
Remember, we're recording, so you can always go back and rewind me in.
That's true. Yeah.
Um,
All right. So Ella just said that her Chromebook just died. So anyway, she was going to try and recharge it, and I told her, she asked if there was enough time, and I said that's okay. That we'll talk later.
Yeah.
So, but that's nice. I'm happy that she was able to join us, and I'll check in with Dahlia too. I'm sure that it has to do with her heading down to the airport. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for your input.
Yeah. Boy,
and then
I
I would motion that before we end, I would motion that we have another meeting before the quarterly meeting to discuss planning the exhibition, because that's going to require some legwork if we're going to do it for that budget.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. Maybe we can meet even maybe end of September. Does that seem too soon?
No, I think not. I have, let's see, September 11th, I'm off of work and can be free to meet in person for a bit, or also September 19th.
Okay. Either are weekdays okay with you, or actually, Rachel, for you, also same with Rachel. Are weekdays?
Yeah, but if you guys had a meeting and then just filled us in on what we need to do,
weekdays are not good for me.
Cheryl, is there possibly any Saturday in September that could work for you, or?
I'm away for 2 of the weekends. So September, like maybe 27th would be the next time I'm available. And I say that very loosely because I don't have the school schedule in front of me just yet. So I don't really.
What if we just try and email each other and try and figure out, but yeah, more or less end of September. Sorry?
Yeah, I was just going to say maybe we could just email, is everyone available for, just a random day? Because there are some weekdays that I may have afternoons off.
Okay.
So set a date and see how that goes.
All right.
What I'm thinking, it might be better to do it if the 19th works for you and Cheryl. If you guys meet on the 19th and then just fill us in.
So,
yeah.
So me and Cheryl meeting, or?
Yeah.
And I could even come meet in person, so then we're not.
Okay, that's nice.
To 35 minutes on
yeah.
Zoom.
So Friday, September 19th.
Yeah, let me put this in my calendar. We'll say like 11.
That's perfect. 11 over here. Okay. Over here. Meet with Cheryl.
And then if anything else comes up in between, I'll let you know. But that's plenty of.
Right. For exhibit. Aida, were you trying to say?
Oh, no, 11 would be 5 p.m. our time.
Friday, yeah, but if you can't make it, because since it's a weekday, then Cheryl and I can meet here, and we can let you and Rachel know.
Okay. Well, sounds good.
And maybe I'll reach out. If you have any questions about it too, or ideas about this whole, it sounds like you already sent a link to Rachel with the framing and stuff. Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's not a link. It's a
photograph.
Photo. Oh, okay.
Picture I had and what I did, like a very economic way of framing things that I have at home.
Okay. Well,
All right, so we're gonna get cut off soon.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Cheryl, can you please second the motion?
Seconded.
Thank you. And Alex and Aida, are you both in favor?
Hi.
Bye.
Great. The meeting is now adjourned, and we'll Alex and Cheryl will meet on the 19th, and we'll probably have a different meeting anyway. Tentatively, it's also going to be for the 8th of November, but
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Well, nice seeing you. Thanks, Cheryl.
You too. See y'all later.
Thanks, everybody. Take
Bye.
care.
Have a good weekend.
Thank
everyone.
you. Thanks.
Okay.